Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday today. Forgive me for going live today a little bit later. I had a few things on this morning, but I couldn't not come on and have a play with you guys. So please, as you're coming in, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoy seeing what I present to you today. My name is Woodbridge. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I'm on the central coast of New South Wales, which is about an hour or so north of Sydney. So I come on here and create handmade cards using the Stampin' Up! Products. Today we're using products out of our mini catalogue. We also do have a brand new annual catalogue, but I'm giving some love to the mini catalogue today, and I want to show you how I use the products. So hello everyone coming in. Don't forget to make sure you're subscribed and give me a thumbs up so I know you enjoy watching what I'm bringing to you guys. Hello Kay, Margine, Connie, thank you for sharing, Connie. Hello Margaret, hello Donna. Thank you girls so much for coming along and joining me live. And don't forget to say hi if you're on replay. I love knowing that you're here. So please tell me what you guys got up to on the weekend. I'm freshly painted in here, so I put my craft room back together. So I have my backdrop back. So I have some new sneak peek projects for the launch on the weekend up there. I have all my Stampin' Up! Pins, and yeah, everything's the same but different. So I seem like everything's gone that way up the room just a titch, but it's all working well. Hello Margaret, thank you for joining. So yes, we're all in. I've probably got a few more boxes to bring in, but they're things I don't use all the time, so we're fine. We're not missing anything essential. All the essentials are here. Hey Linda. So tell me what you girls got up to on the weekend, because I was getting my craft room back together and creating those 4 cards for launch this weekend, because I have a wedding coming up on Saturday, and then I have my launch on Sunday. So last weekend was a busy weekend getting ready for this weekend. So let's flip around. We are going to be playing with Abstract Beauty. Oh, you went to a baby shower. How special. So I've got the Abstract Beauty 4x6 designer series paper, and I also have the Abstract Beauty cards and envelopes. So I thought we could build some cards on these today, and I have the ephemera pack, and I do want to make a rainbow card. I just want to use one die and with a couple of bits and bobs. Hello Ruth. Oh yes, all is well. I just had something on this morning, but I'm here now to play with you guys. Hey Miss Cindy. So let's flip around and get started, work out what we want to use. I want to make a couple of cards maybe, and I haven't even worked out what stamp set I want to use today, so I think you guys might be helping me choose that. So, oh, you made sympathy cards and scrapbooked. Oh, it's very unfortunate that we do need sympathy cards. I mean, they're not a fun thing to make, but they are needed to have a stash of them. And do you know what? It's my mum that steals my stash of sympathy cards. Hello, Leslie. How are you? Now, I'm hoping we are, yes, that's pretty good. Besides the fact I just put my fat finger all over the camera. Kinda, I think we're pretty good there, girls. My camera is playing nicely for me at the moment. Okay, so working with things from the mini catalogue, I'll go turn off the light and close the door because painters are still here. So they're vacuuming dust up as they go and doing all of that, but they're very really quite quiet, which is awesome. If you guys need to vacuum, do so. Okay, so the door is, I didn't turn off the light. Let me take 2 on that one. Okay, take 2. Light off, light off. Now I did do a tinsy bit of rejigging as I put my room back together on the weekend, but everything in here works so well for me. I really didn't do too much, which was good. Which was good. I like the fact that everything works so well for me. Sorry, just moving my laptop cord. So, Abstract Beauty. Now, I did want to look that up in the mini catalogue and show you where that is. So it's on page 49. So we have the Abstract Beauty, the samples, and there is a stamp set and die set and embellishments that I didn't purchase, but they are fantastic, and definitely the dies have carried over into the new annual catalogue. So I have the note cards, the ephemera pack, and the 4x6 paper. So that's what we're going to play with. We're just going to pull in some things to go with it. Hey Bev, hey Maureen. So it's a bit of a funny day today because I was in the car for quite a while. I'm feeling a bit warm. My face must have been a bit flushed. I can't work out if I'm warm or cold, so I've got a light jumper on today. Now, these are, I just store them in one of my pencil cases that fits my 6x6 paper in it. I will show you the matching envelopes. So you've got all different printed designs there, which is nice and fun. And I am thinking I would love to use my scrap paper, which seems to be sitting in here. So this is some of my scrap that I think I'd like to use up. We'll see how we go. Now these are the note cards. I do like that. I think I like all of these really. I'm maybe not so keen on the black. Don't know, many of you that know me know I don't use black very often. Don't think I'll use that one. I'm saying no to that one, no to the black. See, these two are pretty much calling me. So these two, and I might grab this, I'm assuming it's Balmy Blue. Abstract Beauty, no, it is Balmy Blue. We do have some retired in colours in here, but we're going to make it all work because that's what we do. We just make it work. Now let's have a look at my scraps and see what we might be able to do with them. And I still have my big pack over here. Oh, so this will go nicely with this. And maybe, I think just spatially I'd need to take a titch off there, but that works. This one, do you know what? This one may even look fantabulous on, I don't think I want to go, is that too matchy? Yeah, that's too matchy. It might work really well on that black one that I went. I don't use black very often. And the black one is, oh, it's blue. I don't, see, I do like the contrast of that. Blue is always such a great contrast. I didn't have a black one. Yeah, I swore I had a black one. I've only got a black little one. Though, I do have a black one. I was right. See, that looks great on the black. If I take a slither off it, I think I can make that work really, really nicely. So, sleeves up. Always sleeves up when I card make. See, these ones, I do like to do this often, collate all the things on the cards. I think they will work best on. I don't know. Kind of do like the floral on that one, and I like the pink on that one, and then I'm just left with this tiny slither. So there we go. We've got 4 card bases. I've got plenty of paper here that I can marry up. I think I'm going to get the brilliant rainbow dies. Thank you for sharing, Ben. Let's see if I can find them, because how's that for me putting my hand right on them? I thought I would use this little rainbow die here, because I've used this one. I have used the clouds, but I thought this one might go really, really nicely if it will come out for one. And if I just cut up a few scraps, I would get 4 rainbows out of this. How 1, 2, 3. I will get 4 rainbows. So let's pull some colours that are in here. So I know we've got pumpkin pie. Let's see if I have. Okay, I have a scrap that'll work of pumpkin pie. I think we also have crushed curry, which is a nice yellow. Or do I go crushed curry, or do I pull in a gold layer? Very, very tempted to grab in a gold layer. Basic black, blushing bride, night of navy. That would look really, really good. Night of navy. Okay. I know I have scraps. Do I have ones? Will that die? Nope, not quite. Not quite. That one, yes. Night of navy. I know I'm going a bit regal. Maybe too regal. Maybe balmy blue would work better than night of navy. Let me see my scraps of balmy. I do have a beautiful scrap. I think balmy is going to work much, much better. Balmy, that kind of want to go blushing bride. Where is my blushing bride? Petal pink, blushing bride. Okay, so tell me if you think I should add in gold with these 3 colours, or do I go with crushed curry? Because I can start cutting the other ones out, and then I can have my answer. So with these 3, I've got balmy blue, pumpkin pie. I don't even know about the pumpkin. Maybe I change. You know what? Pumpkin isn't in there. It's crushed curry. So let's just change that thought because I got that totally wrong. Let's just put that scrap back. What did I say? Crushed curry. Yes, that just fell on the floor, everyone. Let's see. Don't know that I have a small scrap. I've got lots of watchy scraps, long skinny scraps. No, I don't. Oh, no. No. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. I don't know whether that one at the end will be quite big enough, and it doesn't want to come down. Kind of sort of does. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it doesn't want to play all. How rude. All these other scraps are going to come out before the one that I actually want to need. You wouldn't believe my tongue has to be in the right place. Let's not lose any of these scraps. I just knocked that. Oh, no, yes, maybe. If I do it on an angle, yes, we can make it work. Awesome. Balmy blue, basic black, blushing bright, crushed curry, magenta, which isn't a colour. Pumpkin pie is in there, but I haven't got an answer yet. So, and I just dropped scraps on the floor because that's how we're rolling today. Or maybe I use a vellum. Maybe I use a vellum or a mother of pearl layer. Maybe a mother of pearl layer would look good. But let me get, so we've got vellum, mother of pearl or gold. Tell me what you think, because I can't see any comments. Am I missing them, or am I totally frozen? I appear to be frozen on my replay screen. So you guys are probably answering me, and I just can't see it. How about a greenish? Okay, so the green in here that is meant to be in here is Just Jade, but it's retired and I don't even have it in my craft space at the moment. What was the... Oh, this is for a rainbow, Corinne. So we've just grabbed out our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we are going to cut 4 rainbows. Am I hoping and praying? I think I can just, note the word just, get this on this piece. I could bring in a bit of mint macaron. That looks like it kind of might work. Oh, that's okay. I know, Cindy, I didn't fall asleep till 3 AM this morning. My body just would not switch off, which was not fun. Not fun. But oh no, I just cut into the wrong plate. I have a bottom cutting plate for a reason. But that's okay. All good. All plates are going to be cut into eventually. brown. No, no brown, Maureen. There's no brown in this. It's gold. It's gold. Can't do brown. Okay. This got there. Oh, is it wide enough? Not quite. I think I can sacrifice a bit of paper. Hello, Miss Angie. Okay, I think the answer might be vellum because it's the easiest for me to put my hand on. That is called being a lazy crafter, because I would have to move my laptop and move all you girls on my replay screen to be able to get to the mother of pearl or my gold. But maybe I might throw in some mother of pearl clouds. Let's see how we go, hey? So that's 3. Right, that's 3, and let me see my vellum scrap. Vellum. Da, 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 da. I don't think somehow that, oh, that's perfect. Didn't look tall enough, but alas, it is. Okay. And I'm just trying to keep all these rainbow bits together, which is easier said than done. Ah, oh dear. Oh no. Okay, let's slide that one over there, pop the die at least back on the magnetic sheet, pop this to the side for the moment, maybe using it again. Now I do need to do a titch of trimming here, because this gold piece I do just need to trim off a sliver to make this visually work for me, because the stripes are, I don't know, that white space on the end of the stripes just looks wrong. Where I take off that slither, it looks perfect. So we're just going to go through card front by card front and see where we land, because we've got some bits and bobs. Folder. Now, for those who are non-US, these are standard US cards that Stampin' Up! Have provided. I will need a colour to mat that with. And this is a bit Bodgy Brothers on the end. Like that there. See, it looks good. It just needs a bit of a matte. And I will put the rainbow on. So the matte colour could be, I'm using all of these, looking back at my colour guide. I want to go something nice. I'm even maybe thinking some crumb cake or some grey granite, actually. Just let me have a look here. Yes, some grey granite will just ground that piece perfectly. Now, is this, oh my word, no, not quite. Oh, can we make it work? If I take off another sliver of this, I can make that piece work. bit off one end, bit off the other, and Bob's your uncle. We will have that matte. Perfect. See, sometimes it's not a colour you need, it's a neutral to ground. Just a neutral to ground. Glue, glue, glue. No problems, my dear. I know I'm on very late for you girls, but I always like to do a video, even if it's late, and I appreciate everyone who does watch my replays. Okay. So slide this in here. Oh, that's maybe a bit bigger of a mat than what I anticipated, but it will still work perfectly. Okay, so let me pop these two slivers in my rubbish. I will be grabbing down my trimmer back and forth a fair bit. My trimmer does have a lovely home just above. Probably took off too little there, but that actually isn't on straight at all. But do you know what? It doesn't matter. The lines on here aren't straight, so that's fine. Kind of don't want this to go all the way across, and I will need to cover up. There's a bit of a boo-boo there. Pardon me. I did throw some lunch down my throat just before I got on here with you lovely ladies. Okay. So I love the ombre of this, but I did want to start on the darker end. Okay. Just let that set for a second and grab my big scissors because I personally find them a little easier for me to do one swipe. So with my hands, do you know what? This may be used on another card, so I'll just pop it up here at the top. Okay, so I've got that. Now I happen to have a box of sentiments that didn't work for some cards that I made over the weekend and before. A friend who is all kinds of wonderful. So these are perfectly imperfect, or I had one too many. So I kind of like that there. We've also got our ephemera pack. Now, if you're my ephemera pack, I'm going to have to move these out of the way. If you're my ephemera pack, you will be living here. I know I've still got my rainbow to go on, but just having a little looky-see. So we've got a nice heart there. So those light pink hearts would work really, really well. And we've also got some speech bubbles and the stars. Right. So let's get a building with this. So I just kind of want to put it here, and I will use one of these pieces as my gluing template because it will help me a lot to have a template to put these in. And if I had been smart, I would have actually made these into stickers, but I wasn't really thinking. But that's okay. Okay, loving this. I don't even think I'll need my template. I think we're just going to go for it. Going to go for it with a bit of glue. That's really weird with your phone, Angie. I don't even kind of want to ask what phone it is, because that's like major gremlins. Okay, so I'm just using 4 tinsy dots. Then I've got, oh, that went down fairly well. Okay, next I think I will use the vellum. Unfortunately, the glue on the vellum may actually be seen, but we can cover it up with an embellishment. So I'm going to make some guesstimations here with the vellum, and then just pop this down. Let's see how good my guesstimations are. My guesstimations are pretty spot on, actually. Just going to lift this bit up, move that over, pop. Just need to pop this up and over a tints. Look at that. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, now we want to use, doesn't matter what order. Really doesn't. So, crushed curry. And as we get smaller and smaller, I need to use less and less glue. So, just tinsy little dots. So, I'm letting the glue come out and then I'm drawing it back, just so I get a little dot, and that dropped glue side down on the floor. And it now has Louise's hair on it. Almost slipped off my chair. God, girls, I went quiet because I was trying not to fall off my chair, because I'm wearing slippery pants is slipping on my chair today. They're only jeans, but geez. Hello, Sunny. How are you? Hello, Maria. We are playing with Abstract Beauty today, and I've just bought in the Brilliant Rainbow dies, which I have very quickly cut out, and we're just creating this rainbow. And then I need the tinsiest balmy blue one. So the good thing is you cut it out of each colour, and then you just literally make a rainbow, because we're not going in rainbow colours or anything like that. It's just going to look perfect. Okay, this time I actually need to keep a hold of this, hey? 1, 2, 3. If we get glue on our hands, it doesn't matter. Ah, look how cute that is. They're so cute. So cute. Some dimensionals here, and I do think this sentiment is actually from the Wisteria Wishes stamp set. So it's this sentiment here from Wisteria Wishes, because it's a leftover. Where are my dimensionals? Well, that's my lunch bowl. Oh, the ephemera is gorgeous, Sunny. I am going to use some ephemera on this now, actually, I think that'll finish it off nicely. Okay. And then we'll pop it on here, and we can call card 1 done. So with a bit of prep separate from just cutting up the rainbows. These should hopefully now go, fingers crossed, fairly quickly, but you know Ellen's famous last words. So I've just created a teacher connection by getting this to touch the bottom of the rainbow, and some of these are just a bit too bright, but do you know what would work really, really nicely? Is this beautiful vellum piece. And I'd be very tempted just to cut off the speech bubble part. Just need to keep shaving it off. There we go. And if we just add that tucked in there, we just add a bit of connection, and we repeat the gold that's already on the card. Now I'm going to add that with, I think, 2 glue dots, one behind the outer hearts. What do we think? I just think they're really sweet. And you know, I'm a sucker for vellum. Absolute sucker. Okay. So pop one there. And I did squish it up a little bit because the mini glue dots are a titch big. Just a titch. Okay. And then, because it's already on here, I can then slide, just kind of want it just touching the bottom there, not quite like that. Okay, although that is crooked, I can change it. Now, I don't actually think we need any more embellishment because we have so much gold in that background. I am thinking though, if we just pop this whole piece up on some dimensionals, that would look uber cute. And we've already got the card base there ready to rock and roll, and I will need some more dimensionals during our crafting time today, but that's okay. Thanks. I think this is cute, and you can see it didn't come together too shabbily. Could have been quicker, you know, could have been slower, but let's hope and pray that the rest will be a bit quicker, but you never know. Never ever know. So just using some scraps from this. So cute. And I did like the addition of the grey granite because I think it just grounds that piece nicely. So some bling, some vellum, the stylish shapes dies to cut that Wisteria Wishes sentiment out, and we are done with card 1. Okay. Just having a looky-see here because I lost my video. No, it's still going. Sorry, my replay's playing funny buggers. Okay, next one. So this is our black, which this piece will not need any matting because we've got the black card base. But I do want a tinge of trimming. And let's see how this looks. Also fold this down. See, it's a bit funny. These are a slightly different aspect because our A4 cards are slightly taller and skinnier. So me working in this aspect is just a little odd. Do you know what? That looks upside down. I think I want to take a bit more off. We're just eyeballing it. Not doing, no, I want more off this edge because I really like that swirl. I like the swirl and I like the marks. So to lose a bit of a swish and a bit of pink, I am totally fine with. That's better. Look at that eyeballing. That was very smart of us. Okay, now I do have some pieces or a piece that I think would look perfect here. I've got this heart. Something does need to go behind it. Sending a little message. I like that. Love just having a few things here to use. Great. I've also got that one. Okay, so we need something for behind this. And I don't think I've got anything that's going to be big enough. I'm just checking out my punches because that is always a really good thing to grab out a punch. Actually, I do have my little use it up bag here. So let's see if I've got something in here that might just work. Now, I appear to have a large circle in here, which is kind of what I was thinking. Oh, there's a little mark on it, but now, yes, but no. But what I can do is I can sponge this. I've also got this. Okay, right. I love being able to grab that out. So let me grab my blending brushes because sponging was totally the wrong word to use. I don't know if that's my pink or if that's my... No, that one's my pink. That one is definitely my pink. So I think because we don't have magenta anymore, I will grab our polished pink and I will just do a light bit of sponging, like darker on the outside, lighter on the inside. Polished pink ink, where are you? Oh, knocking you girls everywhere. Is this card something you guys would do? Because these are probably my alley, but not my alley. I love them, but I don't know. I wouldn't create these backgrounds myself, but I really do love to use them. So I'm just going, so tonally that colour is working, just bringing the pink all the way to the middle. As we said, we've gone a bit darker. Actually, I love the splotchiness of it. So I've got some ink here that I'll pick up. It was from my pouncing off. Love that. Love, love, love. So I didn't want it to be smooth because the background isn't smooth. Now, I didn't think we had our rainbows here, but I kind of liked that ephemera heart that is here because it's got all the colours. So you see, this has just made everything pop. So I'm going to stick down, and I have some stars that we could pop on. I love that back piece as well. Hello, Miss Sylvia. Welcome, welcome. Just using up some scraps from Abstract Beauty and making some cards. I don't even know what time I got on today. I just popped on and went, I've come home, I've made lunch, pop on and play with the guys. Okay, definitely want to use, this is where I need to pop up here and grab another fresh sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals. Thank you, Corinne. Appreciate that. I think it's pretty as well. Just as I say, they're not necessarily things I would put together myself. I always put it in the tight way so you can't grab them out. There you go, fresh sheet of Dimensionals. Got to bend it to get the first one off, and then we're off and working. It's always the worst to get this first one off. And I do always work, and I feel like I'm working upside down today with these, but I always work in straight lines thanks to my downline. She always whinges at my class set, and it's like, if you want the good set, go get the ones off my craft desk. She goes, no, 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 it's okay. But she calls them all animals, just willy-nilly taking off the Dimensionals. It's quite funny. So I'm putting the circle in this central region here because it seems to be the region that has less interest. So if I pop it in there, then we're creating interest. So just, I think I'm going to dimensionalize all of this because, hey, why not? I know, and adding two layers of Dimensionals actually won't go over our thickness for our postage. But I know in other places in the world, your dimension or the thickness for your letters is actually quite strict. I mean, we do have rules here, but I'm pretty sure double layer of Dimensionals doesn't cut it. Okay, so going to pop this, and I'm going to make sure it's hanging over the edge because I don't want everything contained in here. I don't need everything contained, more to the point. And I'm picking up that black with this grey in the sentiment, and this is cut using the All That dies. So this is using the All That dies, and the sentiment is from Bottled Happiness. I really don't think I need any, I could pop on just one or two of the brush metallic dots because we do have some gold ones here. So what I would do is just pop one there and one there, and that just brings the gold onto that upper layer from that lower layer. So you can see how quick that was to put together on the black watercolor note card. Hello Miss Lisa, how are you? So that's card number 2 done. So let's get my next stack of things. Now this one I can see myself using these flowers on, because what I have grabbed out is I'm going to have to trim this scrap down, but we have this beautiful watercolor swoosh piece, always partial to a watercolor swoosh. Just fixing up some of my tools. The ephemera is making this quite a large project. There's my bone folder, quite a large mess. Okay, done. And let me trim this piece down. And I think I'm definitely going to put one of those rainbows on here. So I just want to get maximum width I can out of this scrap. Look at that. I didn't waste much at all. So I kind of want to apologise for the vacuum cleaner. The builders are being very, very good about cleaning up after themselves. Now, my question is, does this need a matting piece? Because I kind of feel like it does. Okay, so maybe I want the blue as the tinsiest piece. Kind of liking that. No vellum. I'm just laying it out here. The vellum, then the pink, the Blushing Bride, which picks up perfectly in the paper here. Oh no, it's the same size as that one. That's not going to be helpful. It's this one. Where's the first card? Oh, I used the little blue one on that one. So let's just invert those, and we will go, take this one off, use the Blushing Bride, and grab the Balmy Blue. I need to get rid of these two pieces at the moment. Okay. What did I say? I said that one and this one. There's nothing saying I can't use 2 rainbows on my last card. Okay, do we need to matte this piece? Or it actually, on screen, it looks really good. Hey Carol, no, you're not late. You just had other important life things to do. Okay, I'm just going to stick and plonk. Stick and plonk. Although, I am looking that that doesn't look too bad with it, actually. No, better by itself, because I got 2 watercolor pieces on top of each other. Not going to work. And this is quite a light piece going through here, so I will add the glue directly to the card, and then I shall wiggle this piece into place. So we're not really losing any of the detail. Now, sentiment. Happiness is being with you. I quite like that. with the rainbow. This is from the Friends of the Forest stamp set. It's on shimmer white, but that's okay. And then if I pop that up, and then I can add some of the flowers and the leaves. That'll look pretty. Okay, let's get gluing our rainbow now that we've fluffed about on the layout. Just let me cut this piece off. No matte, good. Okay, Maureen, I'm glad you agree. Thank you for your answer. It is appreciated. I think I can say goodbye to that scrap. Reasonable size scraps are scraps I can deal with, but not ones this big. Now, I am breaking my own rule of using wet glue on vellum, but we're kind of out of adhesive options here, to tell you the truth. One, two, three. Got plenty of places for my fingers. I am going to butt this up. Well, that is not good. And leave a trail of glue, but that's okay. So I'm going to butt this up against the edge of that paper. Okay, that can stay there. Touch it with non-gluey bits. Okay. Next layer. Just there we go. That's all down. So picking up lots of the colours in this cute floral pattern, all from the same paper. I love that you get so many styles. There's also quite a few just black and white styles in this abstract beauty 4x6 paper as well, which is cute. So I don't know that you can really see the vellum layer on this, but it is actually there when I show you the close-up. This all together. So much so for David having a day off. His phone is going berserk. Sorry, just refreshing here. Oh no! That came off with my finger. Okay. That there. Space here. And this one, I think I'm just going to go boop, boop, boop. And we should pretty much be on the right spot. Please pray. It would be if I wasn't, if I had dropped it in the right spot, it would have been perfect. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I'll show you this close up. It's very subtle, but it's there. So you can see it, and I'm kind of letting the paper be the star here. I am thinking of grabbing, because I know I can with this paper, is do a little boink here, and then a little boink on the other end. This is always the hard bit, getting this one out. Okay, so I've just got a cute little flag to end now using the Banners Pick-a-Punch. Great punch just to have always in your collection. There they are. I'd lost my brand new ones, whole sheet on my desk, in plain sight. Please tell me I'm not the only one that loses their supplies in plain sight. Okay, and then after this, we're on to the last card. Now this is probably the card I have the least idea with, but we will get there. Okay, so happiness is being with you. Oh, do you know what? I really do like it further up. I kind of want to put it directly. I'm so sorry for the drill there. Not sure what they're getting off the wall. Who knows? Oh, they're putting David's shelves back up in the, what you call the toy room, but it's evolved from the toy room. That's better. That looks good. And then we will see. So sorry. This is what happens when we get stuff done in this house. All the hilarity and the absurdness ensues. Okay, so if I kind of do that and that, and I add in a vellum piece, which is this one here, if it'll come out, geez Louise, there we go, carefully pry it out, so I give it support so I don't rip it while I'm taking it out. I like that little cluster just coming out from there. So what I will do is just mimicking the paper. So just adding that extra floral element. So popping that there, stay. I will slide this one under, and then David can have fun putting back that room. He will feel my pain putting back the room and trying to be gentle with the paint. That was my love and joy. Put this one here. And then I can pop that one on it over just a titch. So layering's good with vellum because we can still see that that's a leaf underneath. And then we'll just add flower in the corner. So just the flower there, everything is overlapping, but we've got that little cluster. So tell me what you think of that one. It's a bit cute. It is all part of working from home, Lisa. You have that one correct. Okay, so now we have our green into our blue. So this one is going to, where's my bone folder? Okay, Lisa, please give back. No, Lisa gave it back instantaneously. I should not need the bone folder anymore. I know they were very, very loud getting them off this morning because they were actually well screwed into the wood because that's what our builder did. So, yeah, I'm just going to trim this down and have a look what size piece we're left with. At least you know that we are actually getting stuff done to the house, hey? Okay. I'm not so keen on that. I am kind of keen on using this frame, to tell you the truth, because I think it'd be really cute to layer up. Oh, as I bend it out of shape, you know, only me. Who brought me here? Okay, so I didn't mind doing that. What sentiment do I have left? I have wishing you everything wonderful. Do we think that blue, which is actually starry sky, works with this? If we don't, that's okay. I can deal with it if you don't think it works. And then we can create the rainbow on the frame. I have this one. This is Petal Pink. I have Petal Pink with Best Wishes. Wishing you everything wonderful. I don't think that one's going to work. I can dip into my bag of sentiments here as well. No, I just tipped my bag of sentiments out, I think. Almost. See if any of these will work. Just a simple happy birthday. I've got ascending hugs, a red thanks, this grey happy birthday, maybe the only other thing that works. Haven't got too much in my use it up box. Yes, it does, the first one. The wishing you everything wonderful. Okay. Just gonna have to find something darker blue to in the navy to make it all work. Okay, I'm going to grab my paper because I'm not convinced that this works well, actually. I don't know if it's the card base. Do you know what would work so beautifully? How fun would that be? Sticking this onto here and then putting the rainbow on it. That would be really fun. I'm going for it. Going for it. Glue. Glue. Because it's just, I don't know, it's a bit of a moody background that I'd like to make a little more playful. Okay. So I'm just going to pop this in the corner. Get the glue off. I always rub the glue onto the back of my hand because I know I'm not going to put the back of my hand in anything. Okay. I am totally going freehand here. And that isn't straight at all, but we're just keeping with the playfulness of this. And the frame will become more apparent when we actually when we add the rainbow. Hold on, sorry, I'm just flipping through this to see if there's anything else nice and graphic that I may. Oh, look, I did find another scrap. And another one. Oh no, that's the one from before. Oh, do you know what might work really nicely? Is this one here. And then just popping this onto this. Yes. That onto that, and then that'll bridge the gap with those colours and the playfulness. So if you're ever in doubt, just keep layering. Stick, plonk, layer. Okay. And once again, just going to freehand it. I like the dashes with the dots. Although it's quite a bokeh effect actually. Okay, go over there. Yes, I've created a few more scraps, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Okay, now commit, because this is all part of the process. You've got to get to a point where you commit, and that involves sticking it down. Now, I did like my dash lines going up and down, so just like so. And then that gives me somewhere to nestle that. Awesome. Now, where did all my... Aha, got them. Got them. So we're starting with our big crushed curry one. Okay. Big crushed curry. And as I say, we're going to span the frame here as I smear glue all over it. But you know, who would know unless they actually watch the video? Well, I almost flung off the desk. Okay, are we liking where I went with this, or have I pushed the playfulness or your comfort level a little too far? Because this is something very different to where I normally go. But hey, it's fun to try something a little different. Wiggle that in, come in with, oh no, have to come in with the pink, and then the little vellum centre. Okay, wiggle that in, because we haven't got the grace of having something sit under it, so I do want to try and get that bottom edge as even as we can try to get. Hello Miss Linda, how are you this afternoon? Okay, and bump and bump, and pop this down in the center. Okay, I wouldn't mind having a look through my vellum bits, because I feel like we've only got like one hit of the gold, so I really wouldn't mind grabbing out a couple of the stars, and I'm going to say we're going to use 3, or do I, no, I don't think an arrow will work. Now, this sentiment, while I'm getting these done, this sentiment is the Charming Sentiments out of the new annual catalogue, and it does come with matching dies. So I haven't been so awesomely amazing that I have cut that out myself. It comes with matching dies, which just makes my life so much easier. Do you want 2 littles, 1 big? Oh, I kind of ripped that. That just flung. Right. Okay, I think we're going to glue dot these, but I do want to pop this up with dimensionals first. I can see the other dimensionals, but not these dimensionals. I cannot believe this is card 4. Hey, girls. Oh, plain sight. Plain sight. I'm looking at the mess and they're in plain sight. My word. My word. I am not too bad. Finishing up house painting. Our painters are getting to the tail end of everything, which is a bit exciting for us to get our house back. But I think it's going to be a process for putting everything back because I'm not here this weekend. And I dare say my husband will want everything back, but it ain't going to happen because I have class on Sunday. I'm leave home Friday afternoon for a wedding, and I'm not back till Sunday morning. So it's a family wedding, which is exciting. I think it's the first family wedding since my own. So that's, I think that's a bit exciting that it's the first family wedding since my own. And that was a very long time ago. That was 19 years ago. At least on that side of the family anyway. Okay, so kind of got this one here. Well, that's my children home. That shows you how late I started today. Okay, that one, is that one sticking? Oh, I've taken off half a glue dot with that. Doesn't matter, that's enough. And I will add one more. Louisa is very happy to have her people back. Just going to tuck that one there, and that finishes off card number 4. So let me stand up and check exactly how long we have been going, and doesn't tell me. Oh well, YouTube tells me, Facebook does not. So today I'm just going to have to tell you what I played with, because there is stuff everywhere, and not everything that I used I have out, because I used all Use It Up box sentiments, and I used bits and bobs from the Abstract Beauty cards. I used the cards and envelopes, I used the ephemera pack, and I used the designer series paper. Okay, I did also, with you girls at the start of the video, I did cut out this this die here from the Brilliant Rainbows. So these are the cards that we got. So that's the last one we finished. The Wishing You Everything. It is colourful and it's really fun. I do like it. Okay, so we've got that one. Then we've got the more floral. Happiness is being with you. So this is the Charming Sentiments. This is the Forest, Friends of the Forest Sentiment. Okay, so we've got those two. Then this is the Bottled Happiness Sentiment with the All That Dies. And then this is the I will get there. This is the Wisteria Wishes Sentiment with the Stylish Shapes dies. So we've used a whole lot of paper, a whole lot of card bases, and for sentiments I didn't do any stamping. I just did the tiniest bit of inking on this circle piece here, and I got our 4 cards. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I inspired you to grab out a die set, a pack of paper, and maybe some use it up bits and see what you come up with. The good thing, every card except for one features vellum. I think I'm back on a vellum kick because I made 4 cards with vellum on all of them on the weekend. So I think I'm back on the vellum kick after being told that I'd fallen off the vellum kick. Hey Maureen. But thank you so much for joining me. You like the blue watercolour one the best? Okay, Lisa. I like that one too. I think for me it's between these two. Between these two. But yes. The one with the heart's Maureen's favourite. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I hope you have an amazing couple of days. I will see you over on YouTube on Thursday, where I'm not sure what we'll be playing with on Thursday. I haven't got that far. My pleasure, Leslie. Thank you guys for all hanging with me and helping me out with these cards. Don't forget, thumbs up on your way out, and just make sure you follow and subscribe so you don't miss my next videos. Have a great couple of days. Bye.